I move to accept those minutes as read.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the April 28th meeting as written. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next item on the agenda is Jewel Village.
A while back, I was contacted by a Jamie Bennett. Wanted to be on the drainage board agenda, talk about drainage in Jewel Village, and I sent them some information on some past activity that the drainage board had as far as drainage in Jewel Village, and most of that dates back to 1990s. And I checked with Jamie last week if they still wanted to be on the agenda. I was putting the agenda together and they said yes. So I don't see Jamie here, so I don't know too much else to report.
Okay.
Surely not wet out there.
Can't imagine.
That's one of those where, what? Jeff, 80 years ago was too wet to farm, so let's just flatter it out. That's
Right. And put as many in an acre as we can get in an acre. Okay. The Tillman drain, the finding of facts.
Should have that document in your packets. I put that together after our second public hearing on the Tillman drain, so this is just some documentation to record that activity, so I probably need a motion for approval unless we need to make some corrections.
I'll move to approve the Helen drain.
Do we have a second?
yeah, second.
Moved and seconded to approve the findings of fact and order on the reconstruction of Tillman drain. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Jeff, who seconded?
Hmm?
Who seconded? Okay.
Yeah.
Copy to be signed.
Okay. Got a history book here on the Chicken Creek drain.
All right, you can recall, the board moved Chicken Creek up to number 27 on the priority list back in March. So I went ahead and prepared a maintenance report on that drain. Since the creation of the drainage board, we've had 2 previous hearings on Chicken Creek. The first was in '87 on a maintenance report and maintenance assessment, or excuse me, reconstruction report and assessment. And the board at that time rejected the reconstruction report as presented. And then subsequent to that, in '94, Had another hearing on a maintenance assessment and report. And at that time, the board agreed to allow some of the property owners to maintain the drain at that time. I think I went ahead and included some excerpts of the minutes from Chicken Creek just to give you some more background on activity on Chicken Creek that's usually not included in the surveyor's report, but as far as the drain is concerned itself, it's almost 4,000 feet in length. There are no private crossings. There are 2 county crossings that have adequate culvert pipes installed and at the right grade. Currently, the drain is lined with trees on both sides of the drain for the entire 4,000 feet. Well, both sides on the lower end and one side basically on the upper end. The levee on the south side has been breached over the years from time to time, and it's still in need of some repair at some locations. And on my visit out there this spring, there are several larger trees, either the tops or the majority of the tree is down in the drain on the lower end. As far as any scope of work, I think the main goal initially would be to get the trees, majority of the trees off of the drain. And then probably second would be to do some repair to the levee. And then eventually do some straightening, basically along the county road. There's places where the county highway continues to put riprap along the county road to protect the county road. Really don't need a lot of depth. The drain has quite a bit of fall on it, so we're not looking to increase the depth. Currently, the drain owes the general drain fund $376.40. And that is money that was spent on stump treatment that was done back when Nate Scheit was farming a majority of that drain and had Nate paid to get the trees cut off the section that he was farming at that time. Have 1,365 acres in tracts over 3.33 acres and currently 17 lots or tracts that are less than 3.33 acres. I went ahead and put together a possible assessment schedule for your review, and that is based on $15 a lot and $4 an acre is what the rate we've been going with on most of the drains recently. And that assessment would generate an annual total of $5,715. So be glad to try to answer any questions you might have.
Property owners have been pretty involved in this. Is it different property owners or?
It was pretty much the same core group. I don't know if you picked up the 4 individuals that signed the request to say, they're all deceased.
Yeah.
So.
none of the current property owners are taking any initiative with this.
Not that I'm aware of. I think maybe, Mark Holder owns some ground on this south side. I think Mark's probably doing some spraying on the north side of the county road, be my
Yeah.
guess.
They did put they put some culvert pipe in there not too long ago from his side into the,
Oh, for the surface water?
yeah,
Yeah, a couple years. Yeah.
Under the county road.
yeah. But it does, Aaron spots it, comes right up, I mean, it's, if nothing's done, I don't know if it'll erode the way, or if it will erode the road away or not, but it's right up to it. They do keep putting riprap.
Keeps bouncing
Yeah.
back and forth, you know.
Tom, you did say that that area that parallels the road has got a lot of meanderings on it, right?
Yes.
That would like to be cleaned up as part of that to
Yeah, I think that'd be,
help really reduce a lot of that erosion.
yes.
Just a lot of sandbars really that just.
Yeah, just,
Yeah,
just needs
just need
push back and
pulled
forth.
over to the
Yeah,
side.
one way or the other, push it back
Yeah.
and forth to get it centered back up.
What's the, 7,000 feet not under the jurisdiction of the board look like?
Oh, probably worse than what we have.
Yeah. So we need to,
If you want to proceed, we'll need to set a hearing date would be the next step on the schedule, on the procedure.
any idea of what the cost might be to do 4,000 feet?
Oh, total?
Yeah.
No, because we'd spread it over several years, so I didn't really try to put any numbers on that, Jeff.
Now, if we chose to do nothing, then would the county just keep dumping? Yeah,
As needed, yeah. Yeah, be up to the highway, we'll do whatever they wanted.
Well, I think we need to try to do something.
So do we need to get an estimate of cost before we have a hearing?
Don't need, that's not required.
Okay.
Hearing then would be September, October?
No, September would be the earliest. Yeah, we need, 30 days notice ahead of the hearing with for our mailing. So we could do September 8th or October 13th, be the.
Let's try to stay away from October.
We're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little busy.
I make a motion, we schedule the public hearing for this drain on our September meeting.
Second that.
It's been moved and seconded to schedule a public hearing on this drain. The Adam Lawrence regulated drain Chicken Creek on, at our September meeting, regularly scheduled September meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Yes. That's interesting history on that.
Yep.
Actors and everybody involved. Edward Armith, recommendation for maintenance work.
In your package, you should have a 11 by 17 feet. Guess this is a little bit of an unusual situation. The folks that live in the house there shown is Brandon Cole and his wife. And they had quite a bit of damage from the tornado on back in March 19th. I don't think he had much at all damage to his house, fortunately, but a lot of trees down in his yard. And I had noticed the trees from the county from 400 South around his house when I was out after that, but did not really realize that we had some trees down next to the Armith drain. So he contacted me about those down trees. Those are actually, some of those are in what's in between those yellow lines is the county road right of way. Actually, there used to be a bridge across the Edward Armith drain at that location, probably until the last 15, 20 years. I think it shows up on the 2004 aerial photo. But our access is currently blocked along the east side of the drain, going north and south. So at a minimum, I'd like to get those trees cleaned up, but then we also use that right of way to get back to the drain around his house when there's crops in the field, because we've got filter strip downstream that we can get on and access the drain further downstream. So it's really kind of important that we keep our access there from his driveway down to the drain. So if we would clear our right of way, the 75 feet, that should open up that county road right of way for us to access drain. So that's kind of where we're at. I told him I'd take this to you guys and see if you'd be okay with getting those trees cleaned up.
Are there trees outside of that 75 foot that are still within the county right away?
No, if you see, if you can pick up, there's a power pole right to the right of the circle. It's pretty hard to see. It's on the north side of the yellow line.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a shadow.
from the power pole back to his driveway is clear.
Okay.
So
Is that power pole about at that 75 foot?
it's just a little bit outside of it, but
Okay.
it's pretty close. And he had contacted the highway and Cause it's in there, some of that's in the right of way, and they told him rightly so that that's pretty far down on their priority list as far as cleanup, cause they got other things more important that need cleaned up before that, so that's when he got ahold of me, so.
Like something I ought to do.
So if you're interested in doing that, I know we can go get bids, or I can try to get with a contractor and just get it done after crops are harvested. It's up to you guys, whatever you wanna do.
There won't be any immediate action, will there?
Pardon me?
Won't be any immediate action.
No, I told him we wouldn't do anything till after crops are harvested, so. Brian Arnholt Farms on the north side of that, right there, so.
Yeah. So it's either us or the highway, right? One or the other's gonna clean it up.
Yes, and I think, yeah, I don't know. I can't guarantee the highway is gonna clean it up, so.
I'll make a motion, we give Tom the authority to go ahead and get it cleaned up.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded that we clean the trees that have fallen after the tornado and the Harmouth drain. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? There we go.
Yeah.
Clarence Hall.
All right, got a single sheet for a recommendation. It's been several years since we've done any major excavation. Back in 2014, 2015, we did some clearing and pretty extensive excavation on the majority of the drain back then. I tried to separate out just the excavation cost back then, and it was around 50,000. But we did really quite a bit of straightening in places, and more than just dipping the sandbars at that time. So, and I don't think we'll probably walk the majority of the drain, but if we would go ahead with this, I don't think we'll be, excavating every foot along the drain. It just doesn't need it everywhere. But there's places, up on the upper end, it's got a lot of fall, and then it flattens out, and then all the silt starts to deposit down on the lower end, and that's where we get all the meandering. So I think 30,000 at this point in time would probably cover the excavation and the spreading of spoil, and we may have a little riprap here and there, but I don't think it'd be much. Currently, there's a little over 44,000 in that fund, and it's been shut off for a couple of years. So that'd be my recommendation, to do that work this fall, winter, so.
You solicit bids?
Yes, absolutely, yep.
I'd make a motion, we go ahead and go out for bids for this Clarence Hall maintenance work.
Second that.
Been moved and seconded that we submit for bids the maintenance work on the Clarence Hall drain. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay, update on the maintenance work?
All right, about the only thing going right now is the spraying program. talked to Steve Downing this morning, kind of see where he was at. And they have really been struggling with the weather, rain, wet, just having trouble getting in and getting too much done. So I'd estimate they had a good week last week, I think. But he's still about half done is all he is, so. Missed out on getting a lot of the thistles sprayed and, a lot of the broadleaves have gone to seed already, so, but he said when he's gone back, he thinks he's getting a good kill on the trees, so that's good. Other work we still need to get done from, spring or last winter. Still have some trees down up on the Joseph Anthony drain. It's just been too wet to get up in those yards to get those trees out. And then, Jerry Wells, did not get the lower end of the Wellsboro drain done yet because the river was always backed up when he was down there. And that was all in the, ground that's not farmed, so there wasn't any big hurry to get down in there, so, we can still get in there yet this summer, so I think we'll probably see that get done here yet in July or August, so. With that would get us pretty well caught up. I think I told you last meeting, we delayed the driftwood drain until, this coming season for the same thing. The Driftwood River was always backed up, so didn't have any reason to go down there to get started. So, other than that, it's been fairly quiet, just with some drainage calls from people having wet property. I did, Jake and I talked about it a little bit. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Blair Thompson addition down on 11. But there's a subdivision down there that has got a detention pond that's had some issues holding water and.
Platted detention area.
Yeah, platted. So we had a fellow that's been interested in doing a petition, and I prepared that petition for him a couple months ago, so he's working on signatures for that. So whether that'll come to fruition or not, I don't know, but that's where we're at with that particular subdivision, so. There's not a lot we can do down there, but
No, I was gonna say,
we don't have much of an outlet, so.
that's what I was trying to think, where would it go?
Running over to State Road 11 and that's about all we can do with it, so.
Where's that at?
It'd be
It's,
south of,
It's
School.
the jog on 11 down there by the railroad tracks.
just,
South of Ted Thompson's
Hometown.
yes, just south of Ted Thompson's.
on the
Okay.
right-hand side.
Yep.
And be what, north of Waynesville
Yes.
Is it north?
Yes.
or south?
I think it's south of-
South
south of
subdivision
Waynesville.
south of Waynesville. yes.
South of Waynesville.
Maybe a half mile or so.
I don't know how many homes are in there.
In the-
Dozen?
Yeah, maybe a dozen.
Oh, in the Blair Thompson, there's like 30 or 40 houses.
There that many?
There's 3 sections of it.
Really?
But this detention area only affects like 4 or 5 of the houses, so.
Another one of them wet areas should not have been built in.
Well,
Well, and that's why I think when they did the original subdivision there, that's why there's a drainage easement that's as large as it is. It's because it was wet. There's a culvert under the state highway there. I think just to help alleviate any of the backwater, but nothing really drains well through there anyway.
Sounds like another arm of acres.
that's all I got, Jeff.
Anything else? I got?
I move to close the meeting.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.